Sukun and Brian always talk about making bets and quickly learn about these bets and then iterate quick feedback loops, implement and move on. And we still use that strategy till today.
Okay, so Iterative is very into chasing a North Star metric. And I think as a founder, it's very tempting to have your hands in everything, especially when you start off with fewer staff. We learned a lot about being able to focus our energies and being able to chase things that really drive the needle or really make your points work. So when it comes to being able to pinpoint a North Star metric, we were struggling because we're basically a two-sided platform. On one hand, you have to think about hospitals. On the other hand, you have to think about staff. And I always felt very distracted, like who do I focus on, which party is more important? But ultimately, our North Star metric is going to be the thing that influences revenue, right? These are going to be jobs to complete. So when we realized that, it became about the intersection. It was no longer a question of who should I prioritize or where do I do the priorities, but it became a matter of how do I influence this outcome? Like how do I get more jobs to be completed? That was really, really helpful to think about.
Every week we have these metrics. Metric A is MRR, metric B is how many meetings you can get booked. And so you can was like, oh, how are you able to get all these meetings booked? And I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, okay, it's something it seems like you're really good at. And I was like, oh, maybe it's a skill set that I have. And I didn't even realize it at the time, but it was something that I was really good at. And so I kind of looked at that. I'm like, okay, if I'm really good at this, why don't I build a product around this? And so pivoted everything, moved to this product, and now I'm here in the space now.
Fundraising, I think one of the things that I think Iterative has been very helpful with, that I think, was on par with YC, is just how to fundraise and how to play this game of like creating FOMO and, talking to a lot of investors at once, and then, creating a kind of process for just getting in front of as many people as possible. I think Iterative has helped with that a lot.
Sukan was our visiting partner, and he'll say like it's important to do masterplan evaluations every month. So basically ever since then, my co-founder and I will meet every single month on the first Tuesday of that month to really evaluate our financials, assumptions, next steps, did anything change, did we learn anything that would change the master plan. So I think that doing this has actually helped us stray from what is most important many times. And it's that one single kind of founder habit that I feel I carry on even until today. Yeah.
Teaching you how to track mentors, and that would be a very valuable one because a lot of our don't understand how to track their growth over a period of time. You still do that to some extent. Now you've got matured, so it's better, but the seeding was done there, which was important. That should be the key takeaway for me.